Hello, sexy, soulful mamas. It's Althea, your feng shui coach, here with you on Feng Shui Wisdom Wednesday. So, today I want to talk to you a little bit about decision fatigue and how that plays a role in clutter and blockages and sort of just energy drains in your home. And earlier this week, I was talking about the hidden positive intention of allowing blocks to remain, which has to do with perhaps avoiding the pain and discomfort of doing an unwanted task, right? Doing the unwanted task of clearing out clutter, or the unwanted task of perhaps visualizing what your space could look like, because inside you feel like this is something that you're not so great at or you don't particularly enjoy. You just want it to kind of happen on its own, right? There can also be another deeper underlying hidden positive benefit of keeping your space the same, which could be, well, what would happen if that space was cleared, right? What would then be filled up by that space energetically? So let's say you have a lot of clutter in your office and you're working on a business, and on some level having that clutter in the office allows you to stay in the small zone, to play small, because underneath there's a fear of what would happen if you played big. What would happen if you put all of your effort and energy into your business? Is there some sort of fear that if you did that, you might fail? I know I've had that fear. So it's interesting because there is often a correlation between what's showing up in our environment and what is happening in our psyche. And, it could be similar to clearing up the energy in the bedroom. Perhaps you have a relationship and you would like to see a shift. Maybe there's a fear of if I clear up the energy in this bedroom, I won't get what I truly want in this relationship. So, understand that there are these deeper layers of what can cause us to stay in the same place, right? But I want to go back to the decision fatigue aspect of this, which is, every single day as moms, you are making decisions, right? Like, what clothes should my kids wear today? What am I going to put on the dinner table? You know, how am I going to spend my time today? And perhaps, you're going to work and you're making decisions all day in your job, in your business. And by the end of the day, everybody's coming home, everybody's tired, everybody is a little edgy, and it's this recipe for disaster. And our mama brains, reach this point of like, I cannot even help you, my child, with this problem right now because I am up to here with, thoughts and feelings, and I'm just tired. So there's that fatigue that sets in, right, from all the decisions that have been made. And then you come home to this environment that is also reminding you of all these undone tasks, especially when there's this built up just personal debris. I call it personal debris, right? It's not necessarily stuff that you love. Like, maybe you're surrounded by just stuff that doesn't even mean anything to you anymore. It's not something that you look at and you love. Maybe it's something that you inherited, or something that, a box that you haven't dealt with. You haven't broken it down. It's an empty box. It's a full box. It's just stuff. And then you walk into your bedroom and you see your children's toys on the floor, right? And you see pictures of your kids when this is like a space for you and your partner. And so you're getting this messaging like, this is not even my space. This is my kid's space. I just sleep here. Um, or, you go into your office and you again see all of these undone tasks. So once again, it contributes to this decision fatigue, right? So allowing the clutter to remain will actually causes your brain to continue to focus on what is undone, because now it is there in your face. And even if you're not thinking about it all the time, you're feeling the impact of it, right? So our brain focuses on what is undone, and clutter is, an undone task, which depletes energy. Um, and it's also sending this message to your brain saying, I don't have space for something new to come into my life. I don't have space for new clients. I don't have space for new, big, beautiful things. I don't have space for, sexy time with my partner. It actually, has this purpose where if you don't clear out that stuff, you just continue to feel stuck. Okay. And, on the flip side, you might have a space that just never gets used at all. You could consider this an empty space. An empty space is also beg for attention. So when you find yourself saying, I don't have time to take care of this clutter, or I don't have time to let go of these things because I need to focus on my work. I need to focus on my business. Um, in essence, it's actually doing the opposite. It's actually taking away from the time and energy to focus on your business, because it is another undone task. It is an energy drain. So as much as you think that, focusing on just the business is going to propel the business, um, it's actually the opposite. And you know this, and you know this intuitively because you feel it. You feel the lack of energy. You feel the lack of motivation, because your brain is being divided by what it is that you want for your business and what it is that's undone in your space. And they very much influence each other. So that's another incentive, really, when you understand that the the clutter is an energy drain, but it's also a time drain, because when you lack energy, then time feels very different. So it's something to consider. Um, and one thing that I would encourage one thing about feng shui that helps to create incentive is when you understand that every area in your home and every area in your room represents some aspect of your life, right? Your reputation, your visibility, your wealth, your relationships, your health, your family, um, your ability to complete projects, your career, your path in life, and your spirituality. These are all areas that exist in every room in your home, and your home as an entirety. So when you walk into your bedroom, or when you walk into your office space and you see the clutter and you understand where that clutter is located and what area of your life it's connected to, and you can say, hey, is this what I want my relationship to represent? Stagnancy, unwanted things, or emptiness? I'm guessing the answer would be no. And if this relationship area is in your office space, do I want stagnancy, unwanted things, or emptiness in my relationships with my clients or my coworkers? I'm guessing the answer is no. So rather than thinking, oh man, I gotta go clean that clutter, I gotta go get rid of that stuff, you can be thinking, hey, when I take care of this, I'm taking care of my relationships. I'm taking care of my business. I'm bringing new energy and new opportunities for growth and change and positivity in these areas. Now, how awesome would that be, right? So here's what I would encourage you to do. Think about the point of focus. First of all, when you walk into either of these rooms, what is the first thing that you see, right? When you walk into your office, what is the first thing that you see? Ideally, you would want to be able to see your desk, which would send you the message, hey, this is a place where I get shit done, right? This is a place of productivity. And another point of focus would be when you're sitting at your desk, what do you see? What are you looking at all the time? When you look up, what do you see? Now, if is it a beautiful window, like a view of nature, or is there some type of imagery that you could place on your wall that would inspire you while you're working? These are things that little things, right? They don't have to be huge room makeovers. You can start with one thing. What do I see? What do I see when I walk in? What do I see when I sit at my desk? What do I see when I lay in my bed? Your bedroom is the bookends of your day, right? That's where you start your day. That's where you end your day. So when you lay in your bed and you wake up, what's the first thing you want to see? How do you want to feel when you see that thing? Do you want the first thing that you see when you wake up? Boxes stacked on top of each other. How is that going to make you feel when you end your day that way and you start your day that way? Okay, so you feel what you focus on, right? So if you change your point of focus, you will start to feel different. Yes? Yes. The next thing I would say is take a Sunday morning, a point where you're not decision fatigued, to really sit down and visualize what it is that you want to have in your space, especially if it's a particular area that's cluttered. Before you tackle the clutter, take a moment to think about, what do I want to put in place of this clutter? Where is this clutter located? What area of my life is it connected to? You can check the Bagua for this, okay? What area of my life is this connected to? And what imagery, what elements would I like to bring in to put in place of this clutter when I clear it out? Take your Sunday moment, your Sunday sit-down moment, to visualize this so that you have even more incentive, that you feel more aligned with what you want, so that you can release the things that mean nothing to you, the things that are not love, right? Your home feng shui is a love language, because when you surround yourself by what you love, you are speaking a love language. And the clutter, the things that mean nothing to you, are not love, right? So you can release those things because they are not love and they are not in alignment with who you are now and who you are becoming, okay? So visualize one thing, two things. What's the feeling you want to have in that area? What's your point of focus? What do you want to feel when you focus on that point? And bring in one or two or three things to shift the energy once you've cleared away the stuff that you do not love. And, notice how you feel when you do this. Allow yourself to visualize. Don't be afraid of it. You can do this, okay? You can do this. And I've always got your back. And have an amazing day, mamas.